Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be looking at the tool module from my vehicle emergency equipment. It should be noted that right from the start this tool kit is overkill. However, I tend to be the guy in the family and friends groups who's asked to fix things and take a look at things for others, which I don't mind doing at all, so I like to be prepared for it. I suppose the kit has sort of two uses, the first being vehicle-related repairs, either for myself or to stop and help others, and the other use is just to be a general-purpose household toolkit. Having said that, I do have a much larger household toolkit. If I was travelling specifically to do DIY tasks for people, I would take that. The bag itself is produced by a company called SP Services, and it's intended to be a medical bag, and in fact that's what I used it for. This was my medical bag that lived in the vehicle. However, it's now my toolkit. It's not perhaps the bag I would have chosen if I was going out to buy a toolkit. However, it's rugged, it's robust, it's wipe clean, and it fits my purposes quite well. Okay, we'll just dive into the bag and have a look to see what I've got in here, but just a quick apology about the camera angle. This might be a bit of an odd angle you're looking at here, but I struggled to get such a big bag on any sort of surface, so we've had to resort to using the floor here. What I'll do is I'll pull each item out and then I'll just do a close-up, I'll jump to some close-up B-roll footage of each item so you get a good look at it. Just sitting editing this video at the moment, and I've decided I'm not going to put B-roll footage in of every item because I feel like that's a little overkill, and actually the angle is a bit better than I was expecting. However, if you do want any more information on the items, I have linked as much as I can in the video description. Now, I've already said this bag is definitely overkill for most people's uses. In fact, it's overkill for mine, but it's what I have, and no doubt I will keep adding stuff to it. So, on the outside of the bag here, I have this small headlight. It has a clip on the back, kind of folds out so you can stand it up, USB rechargeable. This is from Decathlon here in the UK. It comes on with a red light and then cycles through various white light modes. Press and hold to turn it off. Okay, so that's the only item on the outside of the bag. So diving into this front pocket here, we have various items in here. So the first thing I have here is a toe strap. This is just a cheap toe strap, 3.5 meters, and it doesn't say on here, or 2 tons, sorry, this is capable of towing up to 2 tons, which my car would fall into, so a cheap toe strap. Okay, the next thing I have is a set of jumper cables. Again, these aren't the super high gauge, heavy duty jumper cables. These are the sort of ones that you'd get from, I think these were from Halfords here in the UK. I do have the Norco GB40 that I've just done a review for, and I'll leave a link to that video up on a card here and down in the description. So if you're interested in that, you can go and take a look, but I do also carry jump cables. Okay, a fire blanket is the next item. I do carry a fire extinguisher in the vehicle, and we'll have a closer look at what I carry outside of the sort of modules I have in a future video. But for now, a fire blanket. I carry a high visibility vest. I did have 2, but I give one away to somebody, and that's exactly what these are for. I have better quality high visibility vests in my vehicle. These ones are to give away to people that may be stranded at the side of the road. And the last item in the front pocket here is this fixer flat. This is definitely a last resort for me. I've helped someone at the side of the road who decided to use this. It's horrible, nasty stuff. There's definitely better options. However, it's there as a backup to the backup. Okay, and that's everything on the front pocket of the bag. So moving to this side pocket here first. There's not a huge amount in here. I have some work gloves. These are, again, high visibility work gloves. working at the side of the road in maybe dark conditions. So some work gloves, important to protect your hands. You also have a tyre pressure gauge here. And the last item in the side pocket here is this tyre inflator. This is made by Michelin. Again, this was from Halfords. And it's just a small tyre inflator, plugs into the 12-volt socket in your car. And that's it for this side pocket. So moving to here, to this front pocket, and there's lots of things in here. So the biggest item in here is a replacement bulb kit with some fuses in there as well. These fuses are actually the incorrect size for my vehicle. I have some other fuses in here that fit me, or that fit my vehicle, sorry. But I keep these ones in here in case I have to help a friend or a family member. Okay, I'll show you these closer up, but these are the fuses that fit my car. These are the micro blade fuses. I have these. I'll open these out and show you in the B-roll footage. But these are solder tubes. So these are like heatsink tubing, but they've got a bit of solder in the middle to help with a stronger connection. These are Wagos. These are used quite a lot by electricians, mainly for domestic work. But these are another device that can be used to join wires, cables together. Also in the front pocket here I have assorted connectors. These are connectors that are used in the automotive industry. Certainly I have some of these in my car. I've used them to hardwire my dash cam in, for example. So if I ever have to do any maintenance on that, I've got the parts to do so. And the last thing in this front pocket here is a bag of assorted heat shrink. Okay, so we'll move over to the side pocket here. And this pocket is all kind of straps and tie downs. So we've got a handful of different size bungee cords here. We've got 2 ratchet straps and 3 of these tie down straps. Okay, we'll move into the main pocket of the bag. And first thing, on the top of the bag here, there's a zipper pocket, and in here I carry a large bag of cable ties. These are all the same size, but they're quite a good length. I'd say they're about 30 centimeters, all black cable ties. So we'll just dive right in and I'll pull items out. So we have here a pair of Bullnose Pliers, just a cheap set, non-branded Bullnose Pliers. Again, a cheap set of side cutters. And these are almost too nice to be in here, but it's what I have for now. These are the Nypex or Nypex mini bolt cutters. I have a small pry bar. I have a small can of WD-40. This has a lot of uses, certainly when we're looking at automotive repair. So use it as a penetrating lubricant for bolts that are jammed on. Use it for all sorts of things. I have a roll of Gorilla Tape and a roll of electrical tape. I also have this. This is a Silcock Key, and it has a variety of different sizes of keys on it. You'll probably know that one if you're in the UK. That one tends to open our gas meter boxes, but some of them have also got other applications such as train carriages, so to open the windows on train carriages sometimes you need that one as well. Lots of lifts will use these sorts of keys, so just kind of a handy wee thing to have. I have here, this is a collapsible funnel. I'll just open this out and show you. So I'm sure we've all topped our cars up with windscreen washer fluid and got it absolutely everywhere, or with oil. So this is just a wee collapsible funnel. I would love to tell you where I got this from, but I can't remember. It might have been an Amazon purchase. I'll try and link as many of the products as I can down in the description if you're interested in them. Okay. So I have a Phillips and a flathead screwdriver, both insulated screwdrivers. That's a number 1 Phillips and a number 4 flathead. A small adjustable Crescent wrench. Again, quite a cheap brand. This was from Wilko in the UK. I have a screwdriver, one that takes kind of multiple different bits, and to go along with that, in here is this. This is sort of my bit kit, if you like. I'll do a closer up, bit of a closer look at this, because it's kind of hard to see what I've got in here. Okay, I have a set of Allen wrenches. I have this extendable pickup tool. Has a magnet on one end. It also has a little LED light in the end of it. However, it's not overly bright, but great to have something to get into something that you've dropped. This is probably a bit unorthodox, but this is a Dremel gas soldering iron. Just a wee demonstration of how it sort of works. That's it. Coming on there, you can see the tip getting nice and bright. So a gas soldering iron. Really handy for all sorts of repairs. And in this pouch here, I have some solder to go with it. I have various bits. You can use this as a heat gun and as a small blowtorch, so there's the bits to go in there, the spanner to change the bits, and a small sponge to clean off the soldering tip. Be careful with this now because it'll be hot. It gets hot incredibly quickly. And to go with that is refillable lighter gas. A small 2-meter tape measure, always handy to be able to measure things. In here, this is a bag and a pair of gloves. The purpose of the bag is to put your wheel in that you've just taken off your car. If you've got a puncture, flat tire, you can put the wheel inside this bag so you're not making a mess of the inside of your car. A few things in this Ziploc bag. So some JB Weld epoxy adhesive, some thread locker, and some small tubes of super glue. In here I have various different sort of socket pieces. So I've got this piece here, so if you've got an offset bolt, this is really good for getting into tight places. Let's then put this out. So we've seen that piece. You have a couple of extension bars here. I have a 17mm socket. That's because this is the size of the lug nuts and the wheel of my car. I have a 10mm socket because, well, you always lose the 10mm, you always need a 10mm, so I have one in here. And then rather than carrying a full socket set, I carry these universal sockets. So these are the ones with the spring-loaded pins inside of them. So this one here is 11mm to 32mm, and this one here is 7mm to 19mm. Now, I must admit I've not actually tried these yet. I don't know how good these will be, and I don't know how easy it is to damage the pins inside if you start putting some torque on them. However, for me, it's better than carrying a whole socket set like I used to. To go with them is also the ratchet. But what's definitely overkill in this kit is this. This is a Milwaukee impact driver to sit with a full charge. This sits in the car all the time, taking lug nuts off wheels, getting breaker bars out, things like that. If there's a power tool to do it with, I'd rather have that, so that lives in the car. I should also mention that in this kit here with the screwdriver bits is also the adapters that you would need to attach these various sockets to the impact. I also have these, and I can never decide if this is a good idea or not, but what this is wood drill bits that have the correct fitting to fit into the impact driver. Now, you shouldn't be using an impact driver to drill into anything, because the torque is far too much with these. It'll probably take your wrist off when you start to drill into something. However, I have them as an absolute last resort. If I have to drill a hole into something, then I can. These will also fit into the ratchet. They will also fit into the screwdriver. So I have some options. I can't say I've ever had to use them, but they're there just in case. Again, I'm still not sure if these are a good idea or not. And the last thing is a small, compact multimeter. This isn't up to very much, this multimeter, but it's enough to give you a bit of an indication of if your battery's dead, or if you're looking for, a switched 12-volt fuse in a vehicle, something like that. It's small, it's compact, and it gets the job done. Okay, and there you have it. That was a very quick overview of my tool module that makes up part of my vehicle emergency equipment. There is probably things in there that I don't need and I'm never going to use, and there's probably things I'll add in the future. But I hope you found this video useful, or at least entertaining. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and do the thumbs up and hit the bell to get notifications when I upload other videos and all that other good YouTube stuff. And thanks for watching.